In today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn this plain old canning jar into this super cute burlap and lace wedding reception centerpiece. The things you will need to make this centerpiece is a canning jar, a scrap of burlap, a scrap of lace, and some ribbon. And then to put it all together, we'll use a hot glue gun. So I've actually already cut all of my pieces to length. So all I need to do is I'm going to put the stuff together first before we actually put it on the jar. So I'm going to move that to the side. So I'm going to use this as the front. This was an actual coffee bag that we got. But I'm going to have this be the outside instead of have the writing. I'll just put that to the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue the piece of lace on with the hot glue. So I'm just gonna, it doesn't need to be super, perfect or anything. I'm just gonna put a little dab just to get it started and attach it on the one end, about in the middle. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of tack it on in a few other places. And I'm just gonna put it on the lace so that I can lay it down where I want it to go. And just do that all the way down until it's completely attached. A couple more here. And then one more on the end. Okay, just like that, we have the lace attached. Okay, so now we're going to put the ribbon on, and I'm actually going to do this by finding about halfway of the piece that I cut out, and then I'm just going to put it right here. It doesn't have to be an exact science, so that you've got the part you're going to tie on this end and the part you're going to tie on the other end, and then that way when we put the burlap on the jar, the place where the seam is going to kind of be covered up with the bow. So I'm just going to actually glue this right on top of this straight piece here of the lace so that it kind of covers up that straight edge, and so it'll kind of look something like this. So I'm just going to do the same exact thing that I did with the lace, and I'm just going to kind of tack it on top here. This first one I want to get laid down just right on top there, and then I'm just going to go down the line and just tack it down, and this time I'll just put the glue right on the top of the lace because that's exactly where I want the ribbon to sit. So again, just tack it down. This is going to look really pretty. And you can clean up all the little strings and stuff from the hot glue once we're all done here. Once it's all dry and hardened. Okay, I'm just going to do one more here on the end. Okay, and now we have the ribbon attached. I actually forgot and had to fix, but I'll tell you guys, don't glue the ribbon at the very end, because this is where the burlap is actually going to overlap, and then you'll want to be able to tie your ribbon. So just do it about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch away from the edge. So the next part is actually attaching the burlap to the jar. So I'm going to figure out on the jar where I want that seam to be, and I think I want the bow to show up about right where this design is here on the front of the jar. So I'm going to attach a little bit of a strip of glue right here to this end of the burlap. And I'll probably be pretty generous with it since I don't want it to come up. And then I'm just going to stick it right about in the center of this jar here. And just press it on there for a few seconds. And the glue does kind of squeeze through the burlap, but you can't see it on the outside there. So now that is stuck on. It's okay that it's not even because we're gonna overlap it here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put a strip of glue on this side, and I'm probably just going to twist it here and hold it like this while I put the glue on, so I can just lay it right down on it once the glue's on there. So I'm going to again put another generous strip of glue right on the edge here. Okay, and then I'm just going to lay it down on top and press it in until it's okay. Alright, so now we can work on putting our bow on there. So here's what it looks like so far on the rest of it. Really pretty, and you could use any color of ribbon that would match your wedding colors to make it correlate with the rest of your decor. But so now I'm going to just take the ribbon here and kind of make a bow. And I find the best way to do it is like, you know, when you're in kindergarten and you're learning how to tie your shoes, just to make the ears, bunny ears. And pull it tight. And you can adjust how big you want the loops to be, try to get them to match. Oops. Okay. So it looks something like that, and then we can just cut these strings to make them shorter. I'll grab scissors here. And I just want them to be real short, and you cut them at an angle, it kind of gives it a cleaner, crisper look here. Alright. And then if you wanted to, you could always try to put a dab of glue, but I think it's actually pretty tight, so I'm just gonna leave it just like that. So there you go. Okay, so here's our finished product. It looks so cute, and you could do so much with these jars. You could put candles in them, you could put water in them with a floating candle, you could fill them with flowers. You could use the bigger jars, like I think they're quart-sized jars, and you could, you know, do big bouquets. You could do almost anything. One idea that I have, because I love coffee, that I just think is adorable, is to actually put coffee beans in them about halfway up, and then use that as a base and put a candle in there and just set that in there. And then if you lit those and just had them, see if you can kind of see here, if you lit those candles and then just had them sitting on the center of the tables at your reception, I just think that would be so pretty. So there's just a few ideas for you of what you could do with it, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video and look forward to more how-to videos for your perfect wedding.